Today we're going to be using our scrappiest of scraps to create some beautiful greetings cards with that little bit of magical magpie shine. Hello and welcome back to a kooky corner of YouTube. I'm kind of obsessed at the minute with just making greetings cards. I've got a thing about it, and it's always good to have a stack of cards. Now, if you're anything like me, you have a whole host of little scrappy pieces of fabric that you'll never have a chance of using unless you make it into something beautiful using leftovers that we've got. So I've got this small piece of double-sided paper. Now, if you've been with me for a while, you'll know we've been doing the Kinesiger, and that uses double-sided adhesive paper. So it's adhesive in the middle with backing on either side. And I thought it would be a nice thing to use up the tiny bits of scraps I've got left over. I mean, I could use them for something else, but I've got tiny scraps of material as well. So what I'm going to do is to peel off one side of this, and then we're going to start just playing around with some fabric collage. So I've peeled off one side. It's quite tacky, so I'm using the bit it was stuck to just to place it down, hopefully without sticking myself to it too much, because we don't want it to lose its stick. Actually, I'll take it off there, you'll be able to see it a bit better. There we go. So what I've got are some scraps of fabric that I've been using for various things, and I'm just going to use small snippets of it. So bits I've got hanging around on my desk, and I am going to try and position that on that corner there. So far, so good. So I've got another strip here. I might just leave this as it is because it's a nice size strip. It will cover that there. What else we got? What else we got? There's a nice bit of very scrappy blue. Look, it's not going to be used for anything. So I'm just going to snip a bit off it. Snippy snips. And you can do whatever shapes you want. You're trying to fill in the gaps, but if it doesn't actually fill in a gap, you can just trim it off where you need it to end, like so. And you can be random with this, or you could go geometrically. I've got a bit there. Don't know if I want to use all of it. I might just need a little snippet of it. It's like playing jigsaws, isn't it? Like so. I want to do a little strip down that middle part there. What have we got? We've got this. That'll work. So I'm just going to trim off some of this. And that's maybe not thin enough. Never thought I'd say that about a tiny piece of fabric. I could have just left it as it was, to be fair, but I'm just going to trim it off, stick it in a little gap there, like so. Get rid of all the bitty bits. Now, I've just got a small piece up top there. This is one of my favourite fabrics. I got bear throwing this stuff out, so it is nice to be able to use it up. Do you have favourite things like that where you really love this piece of fabric? I I do have obsessions with little bits of fabric, and I'm sure a few of you have seen me obsessing over a particular one that I loved bits. It's an orange and yellow gingham check. And it's like, I'm like Gollum with that. It's like my precious. I can't use it all up because then I won't have any. What am I like? Seriously. Okay, so we've got tiny little gaps. I'm not going to worry about those because I'm going to deal with those in a minute. So what I'm going to do is to try and trim this down and get rid of all the extra overhanging bits that I've got here. Got a fair few of them. It's getting a bit messy. And I've got it on my mat. It's all on the mat. And trim that bit there. Get rid of that bit there. Get rid of that. Now, what I also have got, let's move them off to one side. I'll clean them up later. Take you in closer so you can see. I've got those tapes that we made. These, which are on a double-sided tape already. So if I need a little bit of extra, say I want a small bit of that. So this is another idea for using up scraps of fabric. The only problem with this is trying to get the edge. It's doable. If you've got nails, all mine are broken off. I've been doing some wet felting recently, and that means that my nails have been shot to pieces. Okay, backing is off. I'm going to put that there. I'm getting a nice little weenie fabric collage going on here. Just see if I want to put anything else in. Got some more of these. Real cool. I do like things where you have to put bits together. Seriously, this is why I like collage and patchwork and things like that, and slow stitching, because it's using up small pieces and bringing them all together. And that seems to make my heart happy for some reason. So I shall continue to do. I'm going to cut this one in half just because I want to see how small we can get with this. Bear with while I get the backing off. Talk among yourselves. Ooh, I like it in the middle of there. It's like a contrast against that purple, isn't it? Okay, so have we got any other gaps? I'll have a look. Okay, maybe just a little tiny square of that. You can see how much you can faff around, and I do like doing this. It is fun to do. Okay, and I'm going to put that there. So all of my bits are now stuck down, and what I'm going to do now is to grab myself a bit of this here glitter paste. You knew it was going to involve glitter paste, didn't you? And I'm just going to put a random bit of this going down the centre here. For why? I don't know. It just makes me happy. So we got a bit of shine on there. Shiny, shiny, shiny. So here's one I made previously, like so. And what I'm going to do now is grab myself a couple of card blanks and a little bit of backing card, because I think that's going to help finish these off. So grab those out. I'll be back with you in a second. Okie dokie, I have cut myself down a piece of backing card that will sit on quite nicely. And then I'm going to take off the backing of the double-sided paper. it does come off, believe me. It's just under a camera, every single time it just does this to me. There it goes. Just finding that corner. Now the thing with this is positioning it. So I'm going to eyeball it about there-ish and gently, pat it down. You've got a decorative element. Now you could actually stick some other things on top of that. I'm just going to trim this down a little bit at one side, just because it's just that little bit too long for me to be pleasing. Just trimming it down. There we go. So you could actually put like a little cutout of something on top of this if you wanted, but I quite like the abstract. I'm really into that at the minute. So, and I just love the look of that little shiny, glittery bit going down the centre. So I'm going to now, this is all about double-sided tape, people. I'm going to get my card and we'll put that on there. So this is a 5x7 card. I'm just going to fold it over. I'm going to get my bone folder just to give it a little creasy crease down there, like so. Position it. I always position it just a little bit above the centre because I just think it looks more pleasing to the eye, but that's just me. If you want to stick it bang centre, you do you. And now I'm going back into the double-sided tape, which is our very good friend today, isn't it? It's our very good friend. I'm just going to cut myself off some bits just to stick in the corners of my piece. So I don't use a whole load of it. I don't bother sticking it all the way down because it's just a waste. Just stick it in the corners. Grab another one. Realise I've got an open scalpel on my desk, which I must be aware of. And peel off your backing. Do need nails for this. It'd be good when they've grown back again. It's just that water and soap are not my friend at the minute. Come along, play the game. Okay, so now let's take you up a little bit further so that you can see the whole of the card. This is a 5x7 card I got here, but seriously, you can do square ones of these, any shape you want. You could even go fancy and do some circles if you wanted to. That would work. Might actually try that. Never tried a circular. Interesting. Okay, so now I've got that. I'm going to remove this scalpel before it causes me havoc. And I've got some dimensional copper paint. I think it's copper. Is it bronze? Bronze. I always say copper and it's actually bronze. Right, off to one side, I'm going to try this because sometimes if it's not been used, it does a splodge like that. You just have to control it. So I am going to, on the actual card itself, just add in some decorative dots. You can do this with gel pens as well. It doesn't have to be this. It's just that I happen to have it next to me. So I'm going with it. And there you have it. It's a very simple make. Really easy to do. You could do this with your kids, actually. Obviously, don't let them loose with the scalpel, but you could cut down pieces and they could stick them on quite easily, and they're great cards to hand out to grandparents and teachers and whoever, really. So there you go. A little quick thing that you can do. I'm going to actually have a go with this one as well. Shall we do this one together too? Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, so I'm going to trim the edges of this. I am eyeballing it. You can be a lot more careful than I am. Seriously, you don't have to wing it like I do. But I am a bit of a winger. I'm not a whinger, but I am a winger. Do wing it. Cool. I really like this one. I just love the bright colours on it. The other one was just a practice and it worked out well. So I thought, ha, that's great. No, that will do me. I just need a piece of card, which I will grab now. Okay, so I've got my scrap card. Again with the backing, taking that off. Okay, so I'm going to position this up in the corner with a little, probably about ½ a centimetre border. She said, hopefully. It's doing the stick before I need it to stick. Smooth out all those bits. There we go. And now you can do this with scissors. I am going in with my scalpel and ruler just because it's handy. Let's line that up there-ish. I'm gonna go with that. Cool, cool, cool. And then line that up and there. Little bit less. Yeah. I really like this one. Actually really liking this one. Just get rid of any stray threads. If you've got your scissors handy, they're actually the best thing to use to just get rid of any little bits that are sticking out. There's another one there. Cool. Get rid of that. There we go. Right, now I need another blank card, which is down here. As I say, these are just 5 by 7 blank cards, but you can use whichever ones you can grab hold of. Which way? That way. That's away. Use my bone folder just to make sure that's nice and straight. Really like this. I'm going to go in with my double-sided tape again. So I can get 4 bits out of this quite easily, just on the corners. I could get away with even less than that, to be honest. You don't need an awful lot. And these are nice little gifts that, you know, they're kind of like a little abstract piece of artwork, which they are. You've made it yourself. You've designed it with little scrap fabrics. They're very tactile as well, I have to say. Feeling the fabric, it's really nice. Okay, so off with the backing papers. That one and that one, and position it on my card. I eyeball this. You could measure it if you wanted to be super sure about it. And what am I going to do this time? I don't know if I need to do anything actually. It's quite nice on its own. I might just sign it. I always sign my cards, so I think I'll just sign it and have done. So put my little signature in the bottom there, and you've got a little piece of artwork. There you go. Hope you've enjoyed having a look at this. I will show a picture of both of the cards at the end of the video, and I just want you to go and have some fun with it because it is a really fun thing to do and it will cost you nothing if you've got all these little scraps and bits and pieces. Even if you haven't got card blanks, you could just fold over pieces of card. That would work. It's all good. Anyway, that's enough from me for today. I'll be back here very soon with something else. I've got lots of things coming up, so do stay tuned. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and you'll get to know every time I upload a new video. So that's me signing out. Bye for now.